All right. How are you doing, man? This is Paddy, and I'm going to send you an overview of what the campaign would look like for the webinar, right? Now, I did not really ask you a lot of questions because I was in a rush, right? But I'm going to give you, like I said, an overview of the system we can have in place so that we can have a successful webinar, right? Now, these are some of the things we're going to need to ensure that it is a success, right? Now, first of all, we're going to need a data capture system. We're going to need a tracking system. We're going to need a retargeting system and a reminder sequence system. Now, I am going to explain all of this using a live webinar page that was used to promote a similar event, right? Now, your program is in the crypto space, right? I am going to use a webinar for forex trading, which is very much similar, right? So that you can see what we need to have installed for success. We're looking at 1,000 registrants, attendees actually, and as such, we're going to look at a few things together so that we can get this done. All right. Look at this. Now, the page we have here is a webinar registration page, right? A free webinar similar to your own for successful forex trade. Now, I want you to take note of a few things here because these are some of the things that would help us. Now, by the way, this particular template and landing page you're seeing here is a webinar page that has worked successfully for the past 1 or 2 years for a forex trading company, right? Now, a few things here we look at is there is a form here, right? Because we want to collect the first name, the email address, right? Now, the reason why we want to do that is so that we can, of course, we need all of this information and we can follow them up via mail, right? Now, don't worry about this in 60 minutes. We can always have this customized to what? 3 days, right? Now, the next thing is we want to give a brief information to reassure them about what they are getting in the 3 days webinar, and as well, a brief introduction of the people who are going to be talking, right? Now, you can see that this isn't a lot here, but it is something to think about because it has a lot in stock, right? So, and another thing we're going to need is, like I said here, a data capture system, tracking data. Now, the tracking data here, if you notice here, I have a tracking code here that's tracking this website, right? Now, the tracking code here is because the reason why the tracking code is important is because statistics have shown that only 2% of people who are going to land on this page are going to convert, right? On a normal website, that's what happens, right? But we can increase the number of people by having what? A tracking code, so that for everybody who visits the website and fails to register, we can retarget them to get them back to the website and so they can register, right? So we're going to need to install that code. This is not the campaign. We've not started running advertising. We've not started any promotion. All this one we're doing now is to have a system that ensures that we have leads registering for the webinar. This is not the advertising campaign, right? Now, the next thing we're going to need here is what? Another thing we're going to need is retargeting, like I said, and then reminder sequence. So what we're going to be adding here is we're going to be adding phone number here, right? And the reason why we want to add phone number is so that you can have somebody from your end make the phone call to remind them. You can also what have text message, SMS marketing on the back end, right? So your choices are broad, your options are broad. You can follow them up by email, you can follow them up by text message, you can follow them up by what? Phone calls, right? So these are some of the things that are going to increase the chances. And then we can also retarget these people on Facebook, on Instagram, on Messenger ads, so that they can keep in touch and attend, right? But first of all, we need to have a what system like this that enables us to capture that information, follow up with them automatically, so you don't have to worry yourself about how you're going to send the messages to them. No, once this system is built, right, you'll be able to follow them up automatically and reminds them, right? And I didn't ask what the date of the event is, but pending when the date of the event is, we can follow them up, you understand, with a series of emails to remind them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, basically, this is the first requirement. Then the next thing would be to what? Run what advertising, what campaigns, right? Now, there are two suggestions. The first would be to run a video commercial, right? Like a television type of advert. Now, if you, Mr. Adebayo, if you're comfortable with the camera, we could, have a 1 minute video explaining what the webinar and the expected what benefits of the webinar, and that it is free, right? We can run that like a television advert, but we'll do it on mobile, right? In front of thousands of people, right? Now, it doesn't have to be made by a professional video editor. You can pull up your smartphone, and iPhone will do well, and record a short video. 1 minute is perfect. 2 minutes is the maximum, right? And we run it in front of thousands of people with a link straight to this page and this system we're going to create for you. And then so that, right, we can what? Get them to register and then follow up with them, right? So this is what I wanted to show you, and this is what we're going to need, right? So for us to create this system for you that has the data capture, the tracking, the retargeting code, and the email sequence, for us to set this up for you, the cost to set this up for you is only $100. Now, this does not include the advertising campaign. I would like to state that. So if you set 100,000 naira for campaign, then $100 out of your 100K will go for us to build this system for you, right? And when you have all of these ones down, settled down, then we can talk about how to run the ads. The video ad will be good. Then we have images as follow-up sequences. Now, you might be wondering, instead of building this, why not use Eventbrite? Now, I put up an Eventbrite for you so that you will see the reason why we cannot use Eventbrite. It is not optimized, right? It's not optimized, and it doesn't have tracking systems that you can use, right? And it is too much of a distraction, right? I mean, this page has been used successfully by forex traders, right? Now, so think about it. If a forex trader has used this, well, look at it. Look at what it says here. Andrew Lockwood, the head trader at Forex Signals, a trading veteran of over 30 years, right? Based in London, right? So this tells you this person is successful, right? And so think about it. If the successful people in the space are using systems like this that have all the benefits and the tools like this for success, are using pages like this, then it tells you that there's a greater success here, right? Compared to Eventbrite, right? Eventbrite is too much of a procure website to convert. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, another thing is, the system you create is a one-time thing. You don't have to pay for it again. Once you set it up with $100, we'll have everything installed and set up for you. Now you don't need to build anything again. You can use it for any other event you have and all that good stuff, right? Now, like I said, this Eventbrite it's not what optimizable, it's not good enough. And you know of course you are the final judge, but if you take my advice, this wouldn't work. And that is why we need a system that is void of distraction. So somebody comes here, there's nothing else they're doing but coming to see the importance of what they are getting in the webinar. And all of this is to get them to show up. All of this is to remind them what they are getting, to what they are getting. You understand? So all of this as well is something that I'm going to be coming up with, right? Now we're going to work together, right? We're going to talk about this together. We're going to draft this together. This is a copy for the landing page, right? We're going to set all of this together, and then so that we can get this done. So pretty much, if you like what you just saw, you feel like this is a goal for you, then let me know and we can get started. Like I said, to set this whole system up for you, to capture the data of these people, to track the data, to retarget them, this is $100. This is not advertising campaign, right? Then we can spend the remaining 55K to run your advertising campaign, right? We can run video commercials in front of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people around the country who can afford your service, right? Who can afford to do this, right? And we take it from there with our I'm sure that with your team in place to follow them up with phone calls and the email sequence reminder we're going to set down for you, we are guaranteed to have success. Now, how many people are going to register? We're going to find out when we run the advertising campaigns. I will not sit down here and lie to you or tell you that you're going to get 1 million registrants. So you're going to have all of this, right? But that is how it works. So let me know what you think about this. And if you look to getting it done, let's get started. My name is Paddy once again. Thank you so much for your time. And all right.